Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hi. So many beautiful faces I get to watch today. Hi, viewers and listeners of the Story Told RPG podcast. I'm Logan. I'm one of the two co-hosts for the Story Told. Griffin is not with us tonight, but he might be in the audience. I don't know. Haven't been able to check yet. But welcome to session 1 of the Serenity Files, our City of Mist actual play that takes City of Mist meets Sailor Moon. Before I let everyone introduce themselves, though, we are proud members of the D20 Radio Network and partnered with Fool's Moon Entertainment. You will find information about both of those within all of our social media and our website. Secondly, we are affiliated with Fan Rolled Dice, which used to be Metallic Dice Games. If you enter the code StoryTold10 into your order, you will receive 10% off. If you have any issues with that, please reach out to me so I can get that addressed and get you that wonderful discount for some really wonderful dice. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves. We're going to start from the left to the right, starting with Venus, ending with Mercury. And then I'm going to remind everyone of our lines and veils before we get started. So, Mina Kim, take us away.
Hi, I'm Joey. My pronouns are she. My pronouns are he, him. Wow, skipping ahead there. Sorry. Uh, I play Mina Kim, she, her, who is the Rift of Sailor V question mark. And she is the it girl of the clubs. It's not a party unless she is there. And in her off time, she is obsessed with being a defender of champion of love and beauty.
Am I
Uh,
here?
you are, but
Okay, cool.
I think
Apologies
our
to
videos.
anybody watching. It's not great tonight.
I think our videos are out of order, though.
Oh yeah, they are. I should be on the last one.
That's okay. We're just gonna go with it for now. We'll when we go on break. Go ahead, Thomas, and tell us about Marcel Cross.
Um, so hi, my name's Thomas, pronouns they, them. I am playing Marcel Cross, pronouns he, him, private detective and um, loner extraordinaire.
Fabulous. Okay. So Dave, why don't you go ahead and let us know about Ripple? Apparently got that order wrong. The first time I do apologize, everyone. Take it away, Dave.
My name is Dave, he, him. I'm playing Urmi Singh, she, her. She's the Rift of Sailor Mercury. She's also known as Ripple. She is a hacker and very much obsessed with the truth and, you know, discovering and figuring how to disseminate.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Steven, round us out here.
Okay. Oh, we're fixed. Bravo to our silent producer Kim, our friend in the sky. We love you. Um. So, I am Steven. I am playing Scooter. My pronouns are he, him. Scooter is they, them, but quite more masculine. Scooter is a baker who was orphaned in a baking accident. Yes, I was inspired by Into the Woods. Don't come for me with a copyright. And what else? Oh, and my rift is Sailor Jupiter.
Fabulous, fabulous. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so just to make this so that everyone knows, our lines and veils are violence to children as a line, sexual assault as a line, violence to animals as a line. No snakes is a very hard line for Stephen. Wasps I have as a veil for Joey.
Like, that can be a soft
Bigot,
fail. Just no like graphic stinging scenes.
absolutely not. No one likes that. Bigotry is a hard line.
It's not okay.
Eating disorders is a veil. Sex is a veil. Gore is a line, which I think we're all okay with.
Mhm.
And body horror is a veil. I don't think we'll hit those last two. I don't think we'll hit, well, obviously we won't hit the lines, but the veils I don't think we'll really hit. But in the event, everyone, if something comes up that makes you deeply uncomfortable, we have the X card. Because we are playing this online, I think the X card should be just saying X card.
Mhm.
If for whatever reason it is not heard, say it until it is. I don't think we're gonna run into that problem, but just in case, that's how I want us to go about doing that. Unless, if and until when we find a better option. Okay, So before we start, do we have any final questions? Anything that needs to be brought up? Anything that we need to know, or do, or say, or meditate? Should we kumbaya it out? I don't know. What do you want?
I think I'm good.
We good?
I,
Okay.
I was
Oh,
gonna say, could you send me the copy of my character sheet? For some reason, cannot find it. Never mind. Here we go.
I
Got it.
I don't have a copy of your character sheet, Dave.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I got it.
Okay, if you can send that to me later, that'd be awesome.
Oh, not a problem at all.
Sweet. Okay, so again, we're playing till about 10:30 viewers. We're probably going to take a break at about 9:15, 9:30ish, somewhere in there, depending on how things go. But okay, let's get started. Night falls on the city. Sirens blare in the distance, and the neon lights of various stores in the tens spring to life. Patty Cakes, the bakery on the corner, some of their lights are flickering. The lights need to be replaced a little bit soon. And further down the strip, the Aphrodite Lounge, sultry tones are pouring out of the door as the night's patrons enter and exit the venue. However, you might not be there. Where is everybody? Are you alone? Are you together? What are you doing?
I'll go first. Scooter, belovedly, also affectionately known as Scoot, if you prefer that, is slaving away in the bakery. They are always welcoming of guests should anybody wish to join. Scooter loves to experiment with different recipes in the evening and, after everything's closed, and only once caused a minor fire in there.
Awesome.
I think Mina is in the DJ booth at the Aphrodite Lounge, slowly working her playing her set. Um, it's a good night, good party. She's got her like cute skirt and her like bright orange jacket on, and she's just playing her set, doing her thing.
Fabulous, fabulous. What about Marcel and Ripple?
So Marcel is alone, shockingly, in his office and currently has a disarray of various files sitting on the desk, but is not focused on those as um, he looks out the window behind the desk.
Wonderful.
I'm sorry. Ripple would be tucked away in a nice little booth over at the Aphrodite Lounge, likely with a little bag of baked treats, eating those while she's also on her laptop, because that is exactly how she would go to a club. You cannot go without your laptop.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to start with Marcel, and we're going to transition over to Scooter, and then we'll round out that scene with Mina and Ripple before we we'll see what happens. We might convene together, we might not. So, Marcel, you're have your back to your door, staring out the window at the street below. You see patty cakes in the distance, the light flickering. Shameful. Just shameful. And you see your common haunts here in the Tens, this community that you've come to call home. Down on the corner, though, you see what looks to be a young woman in purple scrubs running further into the distance. What do you do?
Um, so I'm intrigued by her running, um, as it catches my attention looking out the window. Um, I'm trying to see if I can see any other shapes, like going along the street.
Okay, sure. So this sounds like it might be an investigate role. Like you're observing, you're picking up details of the scene as you watch it.
Yeah.
So you're going to roll plus your power. So look at your character sheet and what tags do you think might apply to this role?
Um, sorry.
That's
Hold
fine.
on. Okay. Because so
Back in here, let's see. Uh,
I guess the
so an idea you could force a vision with your divination. The crows who are in your office might give you some clarity. Both could apply. Um, the lab rat loner part, you can have extreme attention to detail that you have. So which of these do you think apply most to what you're trying to do?
um I guess in this case like attention to detail since I'm looking at like a, a semi obscure like scene.
Okay, absolutely. Okay, so you're going to roll. Do you have any others that you think apply?
Um um not that I can
Okay,
think of.
so you're going to roll
Uh,
2d6 and add +1.
okay, perfect. Sorry. I forgot to grab dice. Let me grab this real quick.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah, absolutely.
Be right back.
You're all good. We will come back to that in just a second. We're going to transfer to Scooter real quick while Marcel is observing the scene. So you are in the back kitchen. Shop is closed for the evening, but you have plenty of work to do, Scooter. What's happening? You're on mute for the record.
I always forget when I do that. I'm sorry. So I, I just so people have kind of an idea. Has anybody seen the movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar, Simply Irresistible?
Okay, uh-huh.
I
Okay.
kind of
Cool.
imagine that like Scooter is sort of like that, and it's like a magical kitchen, and there's not really a crab, but there is a bag of like Pillsbury flour, and occasionally the little Pillsbury Doughboy talks to Scooter. So that's kind of like just giving you an idea. It's like a magical kitchen, if you will. Scooter is currently trying to create a meringue shaped castle filled with strawberries and cream for a client's birthday.
Okay. So you are whipping and dicing strawberries and making culinary confections. And as this is going into the oven, everything is perfect. You hear a scream outside of the store.
Uh,
And
I
you're
thought you
soon
told me that the oven didn't work. I was gonna reach through the computer.
no, but your meringue does fall a little
My I'd die. I would
your
die.
mer- your meringue falls a little bit as your hands jostle because you are startled by a scream outside of your shop. A blood-curdling, fearful scream.
Since we are detectives and this is a mystery, and we can't use copyright music, you'll have to excuse my poor performance. Scooter kind of just goes like this, "Ba-dum," and looks out the window to this spooky seeing this scream and immediately runs over to the window, where, of course, Scooter has a pair of binoculars sitting so that they can get a better look.
Okay, we will come back to you in just a second. Thomas,
Okay.
go ahead and roll that power plus 1
Okay.
and let me know what you get. Or roll the 2 dice plus 1. You
Okay.
you got what I meant.
So, okay. So, it's just 2 dice though, right? Sorry.
2d6, add them together, and add plus 1 to it.
Okay. So I got 5. So plus 1 is 6.
So 6. Okay, so you actually failed the roll. That's okay. When you fail a roll, I had this up. 1 second. Reference sheets. I believe you mark. Pardon me, I do apologize, everyone. I was going over this all day and then. Okay, I make an MC move. So you see, you're watching this scene and you see her fall, and as she falls, a black van screeches around the corner and skids to a halt. We'll come back to you, Mina, or
Mhm.
not Mina. 1 second, guys. Scooter, as you pull up your binoculars, you see a woman fall, and she's wearing purple scrubs, has like a short black bob, and a black van screeches around the corner and skids to a halt. No one has gotten out of it yet. What do you do?
Hmm. Can I use the move investigate?
That sounds like an appropriate move, yes.
Okay. So roll plus power. What am I
So,
rolling?
so you roll 2d6, and power are the number of tags that you have that you feel like are applicable to the situation, and I'll let you know whether or not they work or not.
Okay. Bear with between the two, the book and the moves, and then my sheet. There's too many PDFs. Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm rolling plus power. Where's plus power?
Your power are the number of tags that you use. So when you're looking at the tags on your character sheet, which ones do
So
you think
4.
apply to it? Which
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Apologies.
You're all good. Also, everyone, with your tags after this first session, if you feel like they don't really work and you want to like sit down with me one on one and kind of tweak them a little bit, more than happy to do it. It is our session 1. I want us to make sure our characters are capable of doing everything we want them to do. Okay.
I'm gonna go with an exploded oven bereft baker. My defining event.
Okay. Which of those 4 tags do you think applies?
My unending curiosity.
Fabulous.
So I'm rolling what?
2d6 plus 1.
Oh. Okay. What's a success?
What'd you get?
I got a 6 and a 7.
Whoa.
No, sorry. I rolled a 7. I'm an idiot.
So you
I'm on
rolled a
I'm
7.
on I'm on rolladie.net and I'm still really bad at gaming, so bear with. I'm one that people can look at and be like, "Hey, now I can join." So I'm rolling 2 there we go. We got this. Oh, well, no, that sucks. I got a 3 and a 2.
So you got a 6 again. Okay. Cool. This actually kind of
Oh.
works out.
Oh,
So
okay.
So you see this van skid to a halt, and there's like this moment where everything freezes for a second. And right as you're like about to like take a breath, watching this through your binoculars, the door of the van opens and a man steps out and starts walking in a 3-piece black, perfectly tailored suit and starts walking towards the woman who's fallen on the ground. Now, Ripple and Mia, hi.
Hi.
So the grooves are bumping in the Aphrodite lounge, right?
Of course. They always are.
It's early yet. Like the sun just went down. It's the only people that have arrived at a club at 7 a.m. are the people that don't know better, or 7 p.m. are the people that don't know better, right? But you still have to serve your customers. Ripple, you're at this like tucked away booth near the bar with your computer. Um, and everything seems good, a little too good. Until Ripple, a message pops up on your like a pop-up pops up on your laptop, which shouldn't happen. And it's a news alert. Dark Moon Collective to unveil new medical facility. Mina,
Mhm.
the power flickers for just a second. What do the two of you do?
So when you say it flickers, does it come like right back on, or is there like a second where like the music
It's
goes
like
down and everyone's groaning?
it's like a second and a half. It's like short enough that like people won't be mad, but a lot of people would go, "The hell was that?"
Hmm. Well, that ruined my whole set. Okay, switch to playlist. This one. Artie, come to the breaker room with me. We can't have that happen.
And I can't. I'm the only bartender on right now. Lulu's not in yet. She's sick.
Ugh, fine.
Again.
Fine. I guess I'll go all by myself.
What do you want to cover the bar? I can cover. I can do this for you if you want to cover the bar. Happy to help.
Uh, no, I just had my nails done. I am not bartending tonight.
When has that ever stopped you before?
Fair point, but no, you do your thing.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And
I guess.
I guess I'm heading down to the breaker room.
Okay, so, Ormy, you see Mina, your friend, heading down to the breaker room, but you just got this weird alert that shouldn't have popped up on your laptop popping up. What do you do?
She's going to kind of scoop the laptop up in one hand. She still has like kind of like a donut sticking out of her mouth as she's like running up after her friend, just kind of like gesturing toward the screen, kind of like moving behind her toward the back of the break room and still munching on the donut in her mouth. Just trying to show her the pop up and just like and around the donut shop, just supposed to here.
Say again?
She just kind of pulls the donut out of her mouth and just kind of swallows like, I'm not supposed to get these, but look, what is this?
Dark
It's like
Moon Collective.
If you look at the article any further, it says that the Dark Moon Collective, having bought up a small parcel of property within the district of the city known as the Tens, is set to unveil their new medical facility, or at least the plans for it, within the next week. This medical facility will offer top of the line care for both cosmetic and emergency procedures.
Sounds like a rich people thing.
do you really think like this is the best place for plastic surgery to be?
I mean, no, probably not. This is it doesn't feel like the neighborhood for it.
And
Can
then
never escape gentrification.
what's going on with your lights?
Yeah, I was just headed to the break room to figure that out. I mean, this is usually not a thing here.
As you get to the door leading to the basement,
Mhm.
the lights flicker again, and you hear outside of the Aphrodite Lounge some tires squeal. Y'all are like maybe this is all kind of happening simultaneously for the four of you. So
Mhm.
this is the point where the car came around the corner and the tires squealed. So that's where
Okay.
you're at right now.
Okay. Is there a convenient back door nearby?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, I think legally for a club to exist, there has to be a back door.
Okay. Yeah, it's like okay. That's not normal. And or at the very least some reckless driving, and if and one more and we can't have DUIs coming out of the club. So I gotta head out the back door.
Do you follow? Ripple?
Oh yeah, she's going back. She still has the laptop up and the donut back in her mouth, typing away, trying to figure out where the message came from.
Second. Okay, so you exit the back door and you're looking around. Everything in the alleyway seems relatively normal. But if you start like going around to the front of the club, like through the alleyway, you see a woman in purple scrubs fallen on the ground, um, and a black SUV van sedan parked, the door open, and a beautiful blonde-haired man, very Nordic, with his arms crossed, just watching her struggle to get up. Now, Susan. I believe you have something that belongs to us. And Marcel. You've now witnessed a man get out of the car, cross his arms, and watch this woman fallen on the ground. What do you choose to do?
I should um I guess um I guess at this point I feel like I should go like see if I can get closer to what's happening.
Absolutely, absolutely. You leave your office, make your way down the stairs. I assume it's probably an office over top a shop, and you find yourself on the street. As she's finally gotten up, you can't hear what they're saying yet, but they are standing off against each other. And as you get outside, a crow lands on your shoulder. Careful, friend. Careful.
Um, um, sorry. So I guess I should like um mm, uh, um I guess sorry, I'm like blanking a little bit. Um um
What? Okay, so you're in this moment. You're seeing this confrontation between this man and this woman. Um, Very gangsterish looking. A crow has landed on your shoulders. You step outside and just told you to be careful. How do you want to respond?
um I guess I would want to move closer to see if I can hear what's going on. Like
Sure, sure. So that sounds like something like I believe it's a sneak roll. This is the one thing they don't tell you about doing APs, everyone, is you need like 800 files.
um
That's the secret. Okay, so this is called sneak around. It's the same type of roll again. I can't get anyone's sheets to open right now. That's kind of what I've been struggling with for a couple minutes. So look at your tags, Thomas, and which of your tags you think might apply to this? I think just to kind of give you a little bit of a direction, that one about being a loner, I think could actually be really useful for you. There's also some of the ones with your crows that I think could apply.
um
There we go. I can finally get sheets open again. Let's see. So like Extreme Loner could be really cool. Guides Through Darkness could be really interesting. Um, yeah, yeah. Anything else you think might apply?
I guess not. mm,
No.
Not that I can think of. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna roll 2d6 again. This time you're adding +2 to it.
Okay. Mm. Um. Okay, so I got 5 plus 2, so 7.
7. Okay, something's gonna happen here. All of my stuff disappeared from my iPad, grabbing the book.
Oh, good lord.
If it rains, it pours, right?
Yeek. Technical difficulties. We got this.
Like my entire iCloud crashed. You know that thing I pay every month for? That one. Okay, let's see. Move. So we're doing sneak around, and you rolled a 7, you said, Thomas?
So 5, and then plus the 2 power, the 7.
So 195. Here we go.
So, um,
Sneak around.
oh,
When
so I
you
guess that
use your
sounds.
abilities to when you use your abilities to act secretly or deceptively, roll plus power. On a hit, which is a 10 plus, everyone that should fall for it falls for it. On a 7 to 9, it's complicated. The MC, myself, gets to choose one. Someone unimportant noticed you, but that just made them important, right? You are perceived but only by a secondary sense. Someone picks up your scent while you're stalking them, or you're seen whispering a message, but the message is not heard. You must leave something important behind or be discovered. I think we're gonna go with 1. You don't know yet, but someone unimportant noticed you, but that just made them important, right? So you sneak closer to the man and the woman. They don't notice you necessarily, but you hear, now, Susan. This doesn't have to be a fight between the two of us. I simply want what you've taken, and I'll let you go. And she goes, not on your life, Zach. I'm not going to let you do this to people. And Scooter, you see the two of them speaking through binoculars. You're not sure what they're saying yet, but what do you choose to do?
Scooter instantly reaches over and turns off the little uh, radio that they play when they bake, and opens the window over the sink. Unfortunately, I don't think Scooter can hear unless you think it's worth a roll.
I think you'd have to get closer to hear this. He's not yelling.
Okay.
Not, yeah.
So Scooter's going to realize that that's not going to work. And Scooter's going to step outside and try to find a conspicuous place to observe. What would you suggest I roll? Maybe investigate again or sneak around?
Yeah, I think you're also trying to sneak. So, which of your tags do you think apply?
Um, see. Uh, sorry, thinking. I mean, it could be the same again, my unending curiosity, but I also feel like it's a little bit about in the artifice of anger, my electric goblin, like that I become quietly intense and electrically charged.
Yeah, I think both of those could.
It helps me light the area to see better.
Well, you're trying to sneak, so you're maybe drawing light or pushing light away from you.
Yeah, good point. Okay, so I'm gonna roll.
2d6 plus 2.
Okay. Sorry, for people who are new to gaming like me, I'm now in 4 different teams, and all 4 have different dice, and I just don't get it. Hello, confusing. Okay. 3, 8. So I got 12 total.
Oh, great. On a 12, that is called going dynamite. So
Dang.
for everyone around outside now, the lights are flickering on and off. The street lights have seemed to completely go out, which causes the man and woman to look up at the streetlights as they completely go black. The lights on the street, like the buildings, however, have not. But no one notices Scooter getting closer to the two of them. And that will bring us back to Ripple and Mina, who have now witnessed all of this happening. Although neither of y'all have seen Marcel and Scooter approach the scene. But you're standing next to like a dumpster, watching a beautiful blonde man antagonize a woman who seems to be very much holding her own.
Is that a prop to make a move or?
That's your opening to do what you'd like to do.
Cool, just making sure. I think Mina is just stepping very openly out of the back door, pushing it open. You know, you can still hear some of the sounds of the club as the door opens and then it closes. Just so the guy knows, he's not paying attention. She crosses her arms in front of her, looks this guy up and down. Do we have a problem here?
For the first time, this man's attention turns away from this woman to you, Mina. I suggest you perhaps stay out of things that are not your concern.
Well, I suggest if it's happening behind my club, it is my concern.
Sorry, y'all. That's my dog barking in his sleep. I can hear him from the other room. Sorry, y'all.
I will gladly leave when she gives me what she's taken. She's under an NDA, but she conveniently has seemed to forget.
Yeah. From what I'm seeing, you're holding up a defenseless girl behind my club. That kind of thing doesn't happen around here. So I'm gonna suggest you don't. If you're gonna do business, you don't do it by my club.
Your club, you say?
Oh, you don't know who I am. You must be new here.
Perhaps I am. But you know what they say about the new? It's also improved.
They also say if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Sounds like you're trying to go toe to toe with him.
It could be that, or it could be convince. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Which do you think? Which do you think works better for you?
I think we're still verbal sparring, and I'm kind of trying to throw my weight around. So even though, so I think this is, yeah, I think this applies, and I think both the tags from my turf apply because we are in in a nightlife area of the tens, and we're right outside the Aphrodite Lounge. So I think that's a +2 for me.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty, let me go ahead and roll. I got a 10.
Cool. So on convince on a 10 plus to
Oh, I thought we were going toe to
you.
toe.
Oh, are we going toe to toe? I
Oh, it's
misunderstood
okay.
you.
It could be
My bad.
convince either way.
Okay, so when you use your abilities to overcome someone or something in a struggle for control, state what your goal is. You're trying to get the upper hand on him, right?
Yeah, and get the upper hand or get him to be in a submissive position.
Your opponent can describe how they respond at their option. You roll plus power on a 7 plus 9, just plus choose 1. On a 10 plus, choose 2. So you can manage to achieve your goal, i.e., take something they hold. You can get them good, giving your opponent a status with tier equal to your power. So you can give them a status of 2 of some stripe. You can block, dodge, or counter their best attempts. If you don't choose this, they can impose a status on you. If they're a PC, its tiers equal to their power. Which two
Got
do you
it.
want to do?
Um, I'm gonna get them good. I'll hit them with the stat. I'm not sure exactly how statuses work yet. Um, but I don't know. I think maybe some like a status of something like cowed or uh not in my or not in my club. Would that be a kind of status I could inflict?
I think will function a little bit better.
Okay, cool. Cowed, and I will counter their best attempts.
Okay, so you step forward, and Ripple is right next to you. It is at this moment that he starts seeing people from all over the tens kind of like pouring out of clubs and doors, windows, and seeing him and how this looks. I mean, it doesn't look good. It's not good, but it doesn't look good, especially. And he scowls a little bit. We're not done, Miss Smythe. You'll be hearing from the lawyers. And he gets into the black van. The lights turn on as the engine revs, and he speeds away, leaving the four of you standing in various points around the woman who was his target, who is breathing heavily and looks like she's about ready to claw someone's eyes out.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. He's gone.
Thanks. I appreciate the assist.
Yeah. Are you okay? Do you need like a ride? Do you want me to get you like a cup of coffee or something?
n- no. Well, maybe. Um, Thank you. What's your name?
Mina Kim.
I am Susan Smythe. Research scientist
Huh.
at the hospital.
And I am a DJ and karaoke DJ at this club we're outside. Um, nice to meet you.
You too. Who are all your friends?
Oh, she's like, go on. She looks to her friends and then gestures back towards Susan.
You're muted, Steven.
Sorry. Scooter just got one of these, like, Scooter. What's up?
Stop. Right. Samina,
Pardon
Scooter.
to use the restroom. I'll be right back, y'all.
Samina, Scooter, and she motions kind of to both Marcel and Ripple.
Ormy just kind of has the donut in her hand. So I have donuts inside if you want those.
Right. Yeah.
And then she puts it back in her mouth and just starts like typing away on her laptop again, still holding it in one hand.
And you are?
I think is that my cue? Sorry.
Yeah.
Um, 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 uh, so, uh, Marcel, um, I guess, mm,
It's okay.
gosh,
It's been a weird night.
sorry. Yeah.
You're fine, Marcel. How about we head inside? Donut sounds good.
Wait, I just have a question.
Uh,
Where exactly did those donuts come from?
Is that
I mean,
really the urgent thing right now?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I make fabulous donuts.
Can vouch. The Boston creams, especially, my favorite.
Thank you. Now we can move forward.
and we're on the way.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. She just pulls out her phone and texts Artie to empty out one of the VIP lounges. Doesn't matter which one.
and so the five of you make your way inside. Um, this woman, Susan Smythe, kind of being corralled by the four of you into a little VIP room where she sits down at a chair and starts rubbing her temples.
I also have
Thank
I'm sorry, as they're going in, Ripple will just kind of like lean over and be like, "That's Marcel. He likes birds more than people."
the right, right, Marcel. You notice that the crow is no longer on your shoulder at this point. Um, birds more than people, right? Well, okay. Thank you for the help. It's been a bad night. Let's just put it that way.
I'll say like, I mean, it's just kind of like to the side of just kind of give a little description of what Ermi looks like, just for reference, like, kind of a heavier, not a little bit of heavier set Indian woman. She's got the black hair with like bright blue, almost neon highlights, various anime tattoos like on along her body. She's got like a lot of Pokemon tattoos going on. Just some ripped jeans, and she's got like a smaller like spaghetti's top with like a denim jacket on top of it. Once again with more anime characters, like just badges she's put on herself, just sort of. And she's got piercings, like a little chain from her nose to her ear, and one on her eyebrow, one on her lip, and just like some munching on her donut that she got on the way. It was on the way, okay?
Well, I do appreciate. Can I stay here for a little while? I'm
Oh,
sure I can get home fine.
oh yeah.
My roommate will be worried.
Oh yeah, totes. Yeah. Do you need anything like coffee, water? You're not driving, so I can get you anything else if you want. But
Water, yeah, water sounds great.
great.
Thanks.
There's a mini fridge with little bottles of water in the VIP lounge.
So she like sips this water and just like looks at the four of you. Well, I do apologize for troubling you. As soon as I finish this, I will be out of your hair.
Oh, don't worry. There's nothing wrong. We're not troubled.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you
all of
don't mind.
us had the opportunity to, just swing by the perfect little donut shop on the way. So we have nothing to worry about. Stick around. I brought donut holes for everyone who couldn't stop past a bakery.
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just throwing my friend's shade.
Right. Okay. Um.
If
Well.
you don't mind me asking, that guy seemed like he was gonna rough you up over a non-disclosure agreement. That's like, sorry, but in my world, that's not normal.
In my world, it kind of is. Well, shit, especially if you're doing something you probably shouldn't be doing.
I
Could
see.
Ripple be like basically looking this person up on the Susan up on their laptop at this point?
Yeah. So that'll be an investigate roll.
Okay. I mean,
Um, whatever tags you think apply, let me know, and then roll 2d6 plus that number. Just let me know which
uh,
tags you're using.
okay, so she's basically got two different computer tags here. It's got quite a few actually that might be pertinent. So we've got two different tags for basically using the computer. Snooping around also. And I would say hacking if she's really prying into like personal information that's not readily available.
Yeah, I think both of
So,
those apply.
so is that like a +4 we're looking at?
+2.
Oh, okay,
So you roll 2d6 because each tag is a +1.
okay. Well, I was saying she's got two different computer tags, snooping
Oh,
around and hacking.
yeah, and then what? And then what were the other? So that would be the +2.
Okay, so the computer, like, so the computers, then there's hacking. She's got another one just for the act of hacking using the computer. And then also snooping around.
Yeah, the hacking and the snooping around. Are you referencing other tags as well?
Yeah, there's one she had for hacktivists. There's a power tag computer, and then she's got another one under training for computers as well. Like, I think we kind of doubled up on that one. We made it without
Oh,
realizing.
right. They're referenced a little differently, but yes. Okay, go ahead and apply. That's a +4. Then yes, I was misunderstanding.
No. Let me see. Where did I put my dice roller? Too many tags. Okay, so that's a 5 plus the 4 is a 9.
Okay, so that is a hit. Da, 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 da. On a 7 to 9, you can choose one. Your investigation exposes you to danger. The clues you get are fuzzy, incomplete, or part true, part false. Whoever or whatever you are asking the questions can ask you one question as well. You answered in the same terms. Da, da. So that on a hit, you get clues equal to your power. So you got 4 clues. You can spend your clues 1 to 1 to ask the MC a question about the subject of your investigation, or ask another player a relevant question about the characters. Oh wait, no. Right, that was a hit. On a 7 to 9, they can also choose one of those 3 things. So you can choose one of those 3 things, but you get 4 questions to ask.
Okay. We can I guess the third one they can also ask a question.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah, we'll come back to that. So what are your? Let's do your 4 questions first that you pull up.
okay. So one's gonna be who she works for.
As
She said
far as
research.
as far as you can find, she works for the local hospital of the city as a research doctor, a research scientist, studying the applicability of cellular regeneration in order to regrow things such as limbs, organs, that sort of thing. Really high end, heavy stuff that is very complicated. But she has also done contracts with government, various scientific facilities across the world, as well as the Black Moon Collective. Most recently, that she was a consultant for some upcoming but as of yet undisclosed projects.
Okay. All right. So another question we got to look up. Where does she live?
She lives obviously in the city. Um, the it's a very hoity-toity, ritzy part of the neighborhood called the Towers.
Okay.
It's a lot of high-rise luxury apartment buildings. And it's a fairly quiet neighborhood, but people with money live there.
Okay.
Lots of money.
Um, let's say any phrase this question. Any sort of debts or issues at this point, or I'd say like has her name popped up in the local news lately?
Um, just that she was co-chairing a foundation with fellow doctor Renee Robbies, a pediatrician, to study and find cures for various ailments from children to the elderly that are more genetic in orientation.
Okay, and just anything more like deaths or any just things she would need, like like she's kind of like looking through credit history or reports.
Nothing that in this first like run of information
Okay.
um, that stands out as remarkably strange. She does have some fairly large payments from the Dark Moon Collective, but as your research already said, that she is, or at least recently, was a consultant for them.
Okay.
Fairly standard investments, diverse portfolio. She's kind of setting herself up for early retirement.
Okay.
And we'll come back to that question that she might have later.
All right.
But that's what you find.
Cool. So
How does
ripples.
everyone want to proceed? How does everyone want to proceed? She's just kind of sitting to lay the scene. She's just kind of sitting there watching, her eyes darting to each of you as y'all are all kind of like sizing her up, it seems. Well, if that's
Are you sure you don't?
Mm.
Are you sure you don't need to like make a police report or something?
No, no, I can't involve the police. He's right. I signed an NDA. The law will unfortunately be on their side. But
That doesn't give him the right to stalk you.
things are a little complicated, but I do appreciate the assistance more than I can actually say. Should probably stay out of this though. It's not safe for civilians to get involved.
Um, I think Mina looks over to Marcel. It's like, okay, but even if legally he is in the right about your NDA, that doesn't give him the right to do illegal things in pursuit of that. Like, back me up, Marcel. Like, that's totally not okay legally for him to try to intimidate you and stuff.
You're definitely right.
Well, then we have to do something about it, Bay. We can't just let them get away with it.
Right. Well, I think what's done is done tonight. He knows. Again, thank you. I truly, truly cannot express how much that means to me. That you helped. I'm going to get out of here. It's best that I lay low for a while.
Okay.
Well, just remember, every dessert could be your last, and vengeance is delicious.
You're a lot. I like it, but you're a lot.
There
Mina's just
is
gonna,
no thing as too much butter.
Mina's just gonna slide a business card over and be like, if that guy shows up around here again, call me. Don't like men like that around here.
Right, right, right. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, well, this has been fun. I'm gonna go. Thank you. If anything happens, I will definitely give you a call.
You do that.
And she picks up one of the donut holes and gives Scooter a light smile before acknowledging by a nod to the rest of you and leaves the VIP booth, leaving the four of you sitting in it alone. What do you do next?
Are you all right, Marcel?
I think there's a lot that she's not telling us. It's more than an NDA.
Well, she's into some pretty high level stuff here, like cell regeneration. She's working with pediatrics. She's got a lot of money coming over here from the Dark Moon Collective, and she just kind of like spins the laptop around, and she's got multiple tabs up and like images and photographs of the lady.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to TLDR that for me.
She's really smart, and she does a lot of like serious research that has a lot of money involved.
Okay, well,
And a lot of stuff that is probably really dangerous, especially if they're building a new hospital for plastic surgery.
I
Yeah.
feel like Scooter is maybe probably pretty good at math, because even though I like to think of myself as a good baker, I still have to ask Alexa to do the math for me when I want to, change a recipe. I feel like, you know, professional bakers are probably really freaking good at math. So I feel like maybe like Logan, is there a role I could do or a move that you recommend where maybe I noticed something on the computer that might have told us something?
Sure. So, Stephen, this will be, I think this will be something I think this will be something like change the game. So this is where you
Okay.
use your abilities to give yourself or your allies an advantage. You roll plus power. On a hit, you get juice, and juice is something that lets you create a story tag, burn a power tag or a story tag, give or reduce a status. If you get a 10 plus, you get 2 juice. So which of your tags do you think would apply for this roll?
Um,
I'll pull up your sheet too, because while we're still getting used to all of this, sometimes it helps to look at these. Um, I
uh, I
the
wa-
math the math thing, Stephen. I think 2 scooters are better than 1. Kind of applies in a funny way.
kind of what I was thinking. I thought scintillatingly shifting and the coconut cyclone, but I also thought maybe razzle dazzle him because it's impressive. So I don't know,
Hmm.
but I was in the same area as you.
I mean, if you need some anger or something, I could have Ripple eat another donut in front of you.
Let's see. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think the 2 scooters are better than 1 is a weird way to apply it, because we talked about that one being like how you're like your increased strength and endurance and durability, but it also maybe can apply to some of your mental prowess too. You think twice as fast, your reflexes are
Okay,
twice as fast.
can you explain to me, because I've been kind of not getting how you're telling me to roll. So I have 3 power tags there. So is it
You're
3
using
plus
no,
what?
you're each tag you use counts as a +1. Each +1 is
God.
power. So you're using 2 scooters are better than 1, as that's +1 right there. Are there any other tags across any of your theme books that you think apply?
Well, definitely my unending curiosity.
Okay, great.
Um, no, that's good.
Okay, so you're gonna roll 2d6 and add 2 to it.
Okay. So many windows, so many windows. 11.
Okay, so you get 2 juice. So just make a note of that somewhere in your notes or what have you. And basically, you get juice. You can create a story tag. So this is something that you make up that when it applies, it's a story tag that you collectively can use for your roles. So this could be what were you specifically trying to say about her with the role again?
Well, no, about the Well, I was kind of trying to get an idea of like maybe as she was scrolling through the laptop, was there something that like a didactic photographic memory that I had maybe seen and been like, oh yeah, all these numbers, I know what they mean.
Duh, duh, duh. Okay, so you're going through these tabs that the Ormy has like brought up for you, and you're beginning to see some connections in the past 6 months of her becoming more and more withdrawn. And any photos you see of her across news articles, she usually has a handler. The handler was the man you saw tonight. So what is something in that you can make a tag out of? Oh, that man. I'm okay. I'm stumbling on this one. If anyone has any ideas or anything, I'll take them. Because this
Well,
is gonna be
if it
this.
doesn't work, I can come with another idea. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, this works. If you want to hold off to on it too, you can also hold on to that juice and use it later.
Okay.
So we'll come back to that. It
Okay.
is 9:15 now. Why don't we go ahead and take a 10-minute? Well, why don't we come back at 9:30 and make it a 15-minute break? That way, and then we'll just play for about another hour after that. But does that sound good for everyone?
Fine by me.
Yeah, great.
Okay, see you at 9:30. If you need me, I'll have my phone on me. I'm going to go and decompress and get my head on straight. Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll just wait on our Fabulous. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so listeners, one little thing. I made a rules mistake about being dynamite. You have to unlock that. We're going to go ahead with it having happened because it was cool for the narrative. But moving forward, that's a character advancement kind of thing, and you'll get to hopefully see that happen in play. So, where we left off is the research scientist who is being stalked by the Black Moon Collective has left the Aphrodite Lounge, leaving our four intrepid heroes wondering what in the hell just happened as the night begins to settle in. The four of you are sitting in this VIP lounge that has donuts from two rival bakeries. And
We have donuts and donut holes. Thank you.
I'm sorry, donuts and donut holes
We'll,
from rival bakeries.
we'll make it aside
And
that Ripple is
Darn.
attempting to put a donut hole into the donut to merge the two bakeries.
There you go. That's fabulous. But, just be aware that it's much easier to make donut holes than donuts.
as you're sitting there, you hear lights pecking on the closed VIP door.
Marcel, I swear, if this is one of your birds again, and Mina gets up to open the door.
It is not one, but it is two very large, very, very black, very shiny, very more intelligent than they should be just by looking at them, crows that are standing now in the open door frame, and they tilt their heads and scuttle fly, like that jump fly, to stand next to Marcel.
Would it be weirder if they weren't birds, though? Pecking? And she just goes back to her laptop.
So what do you want to do?
Uh, um, Sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm so nervous tonight. Okay.
You're fine.
Uh, the I guess if they like have they mm, mm, maybe they're trying to like explain like the um part of the uh eh,
Okay,
sorry,
What
guys.
do you?
I,
You're fine. You're fine. You're
yeah,
fine. I promise you. Take a deep breath. What are you trying to? What would you like to do?
um I guess like something like they kind of I guess maybe have information on
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool. We can work with this. I think I can.
As somebody who just started gaming like the last year in the lockdown, listen, I have so been where you are. Don't beat yourself up. There are times where I'm like, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do, and I will text Logan and be like, "What am I supposed to do?" And it's like totally okay. What I love about the Story Told podcast is that anytime you're in a gaming session with them, you are completely welcome to ask questions because it's a podcast for gaming. Like the whole point is to just better everybody. So if you're like, I don't know what to do here, that's cool. I've so been there.
Okay. So I think Thomas, you're trying to see if your crows have information at all. Like,
Right.
would you like? Okay. So why don't you try to convince them to give you some information? So look at your tags on your character sheet, and we're going to do a convince roll to talk, threaten, or seduce someone or something into doing something. So which of these do you think might apply? Of your tags, that is.
Um. uh, Sorry, I think
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
not following there. So,
So you're basically we're gonna role play it out here in just a second, but we're gonna be doing a condense roll. So you're gonna look at your tags that are on the second page of your um, character sheet. Um, and which of these tags do you think are applying?
um, um,
Do you want me to
I
give
guess,
you some like
y-
guidance here a little bit, or do you have some ideas?
yeah, I guess I'm just not quite sure which ones like would make sense to like to.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're gonna look at your familiar theme card first, right?
yeah, okay.
These crows give you preternatural clarity, they bestow wisdom. I think the wisdom you're trying to find out information that information could be wisdom, so I think bestowing wisdom is a really applicable tag for this. Um, you also have an extreme attention to detail and unwavering independence. I think you going to them is you taking action and you choosing to do something kind of on your own. And in a way, I think it's a little bit of a stretch, but we're gonna make it work. So I think you have bestow wisdom at least, the unwavering independence, the forensics could apply. Well, the forensics wouldn't apply. Sorry. And the extreme attention to detail. So I'd say of those, you probably have a +2.
Can
So
I
what we're gonna, yeah.
so earlier Dave mentioned like adding anger. So I'm just curious, can I help Thomas at all by using my unending curiosity for a point?
No, not in this case because this is going to be a role that Thomas is doing rather than both of you. But
Got
if
it.
y'all
Okay.
were, yeah, yeah,
I
Sorry,
I do
I'm also.
remember. Sorry,
yeah, I'm hearing too many voices. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, go ahead, Dave.
I'm saying I wanted. I remember we did something with the crows wanting a bargain. So like we have a lot of apparently baked goods on the table. I don't know if that helps him with his role or not.
Oh, yeah. So, well, the weakness is everything is a transaction. So, from the role playing standpoint, Thomas, you could offer them like part of a donut and then make your roll, and that's negating that weakness. I wasn't going to bring it up right now. I'm trying to like ease us into this as we're learning stuff. But like, very good point, Dave. Very, very good point. But Thomas, I think using the extreme
That's awesome.
I think using the extreme attention to detail and the bestowing wisdom on this convince roll, and then we'll kind of role play it out in just a second. So to determine what the outcome is. So you're going to roll 2d6 plus 2.
Okay. So I have 10 plus 2, so 12.
So you've used your abilities to talk to your crows, and they get a relevant status with tier equal to power. So it's a +2 status that they have that you're going to give them. Some ideas could be like helpful or forthcoming. Uh, but you've also gotten a 12, so they're going to change their agenda to include yours, at least for the time being. One second, I'm just writing down these statuses that NPCs have. Okay, so you see Marcel pick up this piece of donut and look down at the crows who are kind of standing expectantly at his feet. And Marcel hands Phoebus this donut, and Demos just kind of tilts his head, looking at Marcel. How do you want to respond, Marcel?
Um, s- um, so, um,
Don't be sharp.
oh,
You just gotta step up and tell them how you feel.
um,
Gotta just love a
I
little
think,
butter and flour. So maybe start with a little sugar, butter, and flour.
um, sorry, I think I'm just like not quite, sorry.
Pretend. Okay, so Thomas, pretend that we're playing pretend, and you are Marcel. Ignore all the rules for a minute. How is Marcel wanting to respond to these two crows in this moment? Think of it like improv a little bit.
So I guess more, um, sorry. So, um, uh, I,
Okay. Okay.
sorry.
No, no, you're
Yeah,
fine. You're
sorry.
fine.
I think I'm just like freaking out a little bit. Sorry.
You're
I
fine. You're
guess,
fine.
You didn't
um,
freak out about like I
sorry.
was so in here. Maybe Logan, can we maybe like switch to another character while Thomas thinks about it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. Why don't we do that? So,
yeah,
so
that's
we're
fine.
gonna leave Marcel like kind of silently, telepathically. We don't know, communicating with these crows. What are Ormi and Mina doing?
Um,
I was gonna say, did Scooter picked out this guy's picture throughout the multiple things? No.
I think
Sorry.
no. I heard you. I'm pretty sure Mina saw that, right?
I thought Scooter.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I'll have Ormy start trying to like just basically use her computer to find this guy's face through the pictures and maybe identify who that person is. Um,
Mhm.
so she'll
sure.
just kind of spin her laptop back around and start plugging away at it.
Okay. Cool. Before we do an investigate roll for that, is there anything that Mina wanted to do real quick?
Um, yeah, I think she was gonna just leave the VIP lounge for a bit, and just like work the crowd because there's always somebody who knows something at the Aphrodite Lounge or even at another party. Um, so she would probably know someone who knows something about like that upcoming like that medical center they're opening, who might be able to dish some dirt.
Okay. So we're gonna do two investigate rolls. Let's start with Ormies real quick. Now, what are those two computer tags that you have that we didn't like fully specify earlier?
It literally just says computer and then computers. One's under mission for hacktivist, so I'm guessing this is probably a tie-in to just that whole trying to find the truth aspect. And then training, she obviously had training in computers, like computer science. So I don't know if you want
Right.
to differentiate the tags, or like one is more like understanding how computers work, while the other one is more like maybe navigating around them.
Yeah, I think probably the training is probably computer science and how and the why behind they work, and the other one is probably more navigating them. Okay, so you're gonna do investigate.
Okay.
I don't think the one on like how they work necessarily applies here,
Okay.
but the one for computers works. And were there any other that you wanted to apply?
Could also be snooping around might help as well. Um, I don't think she has time to really use any of her credentials on the net, like talking to anyone else to get assistance. Um, is that hacking from her training might also help, I guess.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll that like investigate +3.
Okay, let me pull that up. So I rolled a 6, so it's a 9.
Okay, so you get three questions, you have three clues, and you can ask it on a one-for-one basis, or choose one of those three options on a 7 to 9.
Okay, that was the like exposed to danger and
Your investigation exposes you to danger. The clues you get are fuzzy, incomplete, or part true, part false. Oh, wait. Ah, okay. I think I choose one of these three. Okay, but you do get three questions to ask. It doesn't make sense for you to choose some of those. That's why I was getting confused. Okay, so what questions are you asking?
so I guess the first one is, who is this person? I think all we got was the name Zach. I think that's all we had.
Mm-hmm. Um, Zach Demira. He is an executive officer for the Black Moon Collective. He heads up and oversees a lot of the research and development departments. But not much is known of him past that.
Okay. So we will go with three questions. Trying to think what else we want to know. Does it have to be specific? Well, I guess it would have to be. So, do we have any more particulars on his relationship with Susan?
As far as you can tell, no.
Alright.
But you do find a weird tangential tie to you.
Yep.
He grew up in the same neighborhood that you did.
Alright.
Odd, maybe, but could be interesting. And your third question?
Um, do we have any like using, I guess, the facial recognition, or if she can use that? Are there any like where he's cited the most, like where we could say track him down or find him?
Um, Yeah, there's a couple places. There's the Black Moon Collective headquarters, which is in the same district as the towers.
Okay.
There's also some hoity-toity, fancy, ritzy nightclubs that he visits, and some of the other entertainment districts throughout the city. All of them very private, very selective clientele, very creme de la creme society.
Okay.
Awesome. We're gonna go over to Miss Mina now, going to the
Mm-hmm.
crowd. And you
Yeah.
are what, like just hitting the gossip mill?
More like I know who comes to this. I know who comes to this club. I know their vices. I know what they do for a living. You know, it's my job to know. And so I'm pretty sure I could recognize someone there who's involved in like medical sci- medical science, or a newcomer or from one of them. Cozy up to them, buy them a top shelf drink, and be like, "So, what do you know about blah 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 blah?"
Okay, you find a girl there. She's a nurse.
Mhm.
Um, Probably a little bit too much of a party girl, but she's a nurse.
Okay.
And she is here every Friday night to dance and get her club on. Um, her name is Tanya.
Hey, girl, what's your poison tonight?
I'm only shooting tequila.
Oh, okay. You're only shooting tequila. Tell me, need to remember the name of a specific thing. Okay, tell me, if you're only shooting tequila, have you ever tried mezcal?
Ugh, I think I had an ex that was into that or something. I don't know. But sure, if it's free, I'll drink anything.
Artie, give us give us some mezcal shots over here.
The the bartender Artie, who is about 5'4", cute little blonde Twinkie, might only be 21, but he might also be 40. It's really hard to tell. It depends on the lighting, it depends on the day, and it also depends on how cranky he is.
Hmm.
Um, Pours 3 shots of mezcal and walks over with a tray for it, handing one to you and one to Tanya, keeping one for himself, where he shoots it, looks both of you up and down, and walks back to the bar.
Well, cheers, and she downs her shot.
Tanya does this and then like starts hacking a little bit. It's so smoky. I feel like I smoked a pack.
Oh
I need a
God, no, no, no,
cigarette.
no, 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 no. It's that's part of the appeal. You know what? Fine, fine, fine. Maybe you'll learn to like it. But anyway, I gotta tell you, what's with this new medical center they're opening? Is that like it seems like a high end, like hoity-toity kind of deal.
It's gonna be for everyone. It's gonna have everything. It is so high class. It is amazing. The Black Moon Collective has bought up like I think those warehouses down on
Uh-huh.
Commerce. No, not Commerce. Somewhere. Somewhere around. I don't know. But they bought like 3 of them and they're going to convert them all to the state of the art medical research facilities that are going to be for the little people like us. It is so cool.
Oh, right, right. Uh, now a
Before
little,
we get too much further,
yeah.
let's roll your investigation.
Okay.
I'll be-
I think in this instance, I'm playing to all three of my turf tags
Okay.
because I am throwing a party. We're in. This is my turf, and this is the seat of my power. Would you agree?
Um, yeah. Um, yes. I think those 3 would work. Yeah, sure. Let's go with it.
All right. Well, oh wait. Why am I? Oh, I was on the wrong dice roller. I was playing the other game earlier. I'm like, how to get to 14 on 2d6? I'm like, no. Okay. Well, that's a total of 9.
Okay.
So let's see what. Let me just bring up my move sheet. So this is investigation. This is investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
So you got 3 clues. You can spend
Mm-hmm.
1 to ask the MC a question about the subject of your investigation, or
Okay.
ask another player a relevant question about their character.
Mhm.
They must either give you a straight answer or a solid lead. On a 7 to 9, they can also choose one.
Okay.
So basically, you get 3 clues. I get to choose one of these things that might come
Cool.
back to fiddle with you guys.
Cool. Um, what could they possibly be doing that's so secretive?
Well, you didn't hear it from me, but the rumor at the hospital is that they have developed this serum,
Mhm.
this divine fountain of youth kind of thing that they claim can let you live for up to 3 centuries. Now, I don't believe it myself. However, if it is real, that will change the state of our world forever. They're calling it. Huh. I don't know what they're calling it. That's weird. I need
Hmm.
another drink.
Artie, question 2.
Wow,
Question
Joey.
Yeah. Uh, question well, I'm playing to that I'm life of the party tag. Question 2, because I got 2 more. Um, who is this Zach guy? What's his deal?
Oh, not many people know about him. He doesn't date the nurses. That much is known. He doesn't date anyone actually, but he is so dreamy, isn't he? I wish he would take me out. I deserve a night on the town. Wouldn't that look so good in one of those like hot clubs near the towers? It would be so much fun to go.
Oh, my club isn't hot?
Oh, totally. This club is totally hot, the hottest.
Cool. My third question number 3. Now, if I wanted to now, who's really like their target market? Like, who are they really like trying to get to be their clientele?
Sorry, that's Logan making sure. You're asking who their target audience is,
Yeah,
Joey? Okay.
who are they trying to get to come there and take this magical serum?
Oh, well, as far as I know, no one yet. Apparently, they're about to enter human test trials. I would love to sign up for it, but I don't think I can qualify because I work at the hospital. But I think I should
Oh.
try. I think it'd be really cool. Wouldn't I be wonderful if I could just stay this hot and young for the next 300 years?
Oh,
I
hon,
mean,
you got a good metabolism. You're gonna be hot for like well into your cougar days.
oh, I'll never be a cougar. Ew, no. I need to find my rich husband first.
Oh, okay. Well,
Uh,
then your trophy wife days then.
it's like my mother said, the first time you marry for money, then you marry for love. I think I'm
Yeah,
just gonna. I
get
don't
it, girl. Get it.
know.
You deserve
100%.
nice things. You deserve nice things.
I don't want to work anymore. I like just being chill and vibing. You know.
But you're a nurse. Don't you aren't your shifts like crazy?
Oh no, not in pediatrics. No.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. Well, girl, you enjoy. Artie, get her another drink. And possibly an Uber if she needs it after that drink. Um, Toodles, good to see you, girl.
Oh yeah. Bye. As she like scampers to the bar.
Yeah.
Um. Cool. So let's transition back to the VIP room where we have Scooter writing angry Yelp reviews to bad. I don't know. Where we have Scooter and Marcel. What are you two up to now that Ripple has fallen into her laptop, leaving the two of you sitting at the private table together with donut holes? You're on mute, Steven.
Every time that happens, I want to like break out into the third verse of Ladies Who Lunch and be like, another vodka stinger, because I'm on mute. Anyway, sorry, I'm that kind of homo. Marcel, my darling little love bug. Um, oh, Logan, can you? I already blanked out. What were you? What was the setup? We were what?
Y'all are sitting at the table in the private VIP lounge
Yeah,
with
you screaming elf.
two 2 boxes of donuts and donut holes sitting in front of you. Ripple sitting kind of off to the side, completely absorbed in her laptop.
Thank it just when you have a brain fart. So darling, have you ever noticed that life just flies by these young'uns? They stare at their laptops and their desktops and they don't miss a damn thing unless it's on the screen or unless it's off the screen. I was thinking one of us could saunter over there and just take like have a nice conversation and pretend that maybe we're not seeing anything that we're not supposed to be seeing because we'll be standing next to them while they're on their computer with all these tabs open. Just an idea.
So, as I can walk over to try to like look over
Yeah, like
Ripple.
really. And like I love so one of my favorite things about this game compared to like Changeling and other games is this has like the moves book because for me the struggle with RPGs is I don't really I feel like some of the big games like there's just too many moves to like remember them all. So what I love about these is there's like this little booklet. So like look at the booklet and then for me I look at it and I'm like, oh my god, that totally makes sense for what I want to do here. So like I have ones that's like I'm nosy. You know what I mean? Like what fits in that you're gonna go like look over and then that's kind of it. You know what I mean?
Uh, um, yeah. I guess I think that's where I may be struggling a little bit, figuring out like
I
where
I
to
really
kind
get it. I've been there. I get it.
of.
Okay, so let's pause real quick. Thomas, what are you getting caught up on so that maybe I can help you out of it? Because I'm trying to help you and I'm not, I think I'm telling you to do or giving you suggestions, but I'm wondering if it's the wrong thing. Where are you at right now so that I can help you better?
Um, Honestly, I'm not sure. I think I'm just a little confused, is all.
Okay.
I'm just not sure, like, uh, I don't like know a question to ask because I'm
Uh,
not sure, like,
Perhaps I can make
exactly where I'm
perhaps I
going.
can make a
Yeah,
suggestion if that's okay.
yeah, absolutely, Joey.
Yeah, what Steve said about the moves is absolutely 100% true. That does like the fact that there is like this one set of mechanical things does it like that you do that you could that are exist in the game makes it simpler. That's true. But the other side of this style of game, when this is one thing I like about Powered by the Apocalypse in particular, it's all about the fiction. It's all about the story. So don't think of this as a game. Think of this as like a movie we're making together, or like an episode of a TV show we're making together, and just talk about what your character would do or what they might want to achieve. And when you trigger moves, Logan should call them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Um, so I
So,
guess if I'm walking over to like take a look. Um, 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 I guess I'm not sure what I'm seeing. Um,
Well,
so
that's kind of what we're like because we're all collectively making this. You can make something up. and then we play off of it because it's very much like improv. So you add an element to the story that we're then going to riff off of.
Sorry, I think I like.
You're
Sorry.
fine. You're all
Um.
you're all good. I promise.
Like, are you trying to look
Like,
over Ripple's shoulder at her screen?
yeah. Yeah. I guess
Okay.
that's what. Yeah. That's.
Okay. So I
If
mean,
you get really overwhelmed, you can just be like, "Hey," you can kind of like nudge a different player over, like with a little simple hand gesture or something to keep it secret. And like I've done that before, where I get stuck and I think maybe somebody else has an idea, and they totally like step in and help. So sometimes if that happens, that's how I get past it. If that helps.
we're all making
Um.
an entertaining scene together, so you're not alone.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I guess I'm just not sure where to go from here. Like I moved over and kind of like I'm supposed to be looking over the screen.
No,
Um.
you don't have to either. Like you could be. Is there that last scene we were doing with you with your with your crows rather, not ravens? Was there
Yeah.
anything in particular you wanted to achieve with them? With because you did succeed on that role with them to convince them to help you with something. Did you have any ideas on what you wanted how you wanted that to look?
Um. I guess I'm not sure. Like.
Okay.
Um. What to do with that? Um. Uh. I. I guess there should be like I'm trying to find more like. Sorry. I'm just trying I'm trying to figure out like more information about like what's
Okay.
going on.
O-
Um,
Okay.
but
So
I get well like sorry, that was
no,
unclear.
no, no.
Like um, it's like Marcel's trying to figure out like what's like more information about um Susan, and I guess
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, I'm just kind of
No, no, no. You're completely fine. Okay, so you're looking over Ripple's shoulder at her laptop, where she has pictures of Zach pulled up, and your ravens are wanting to be remarkably helpful. So, to make this cinematic, you're looking at this picture, and all of a sudden, you're no longer in the VIP lounge of the Aphrodite. Well, you are physically, but mentally, you're not. And you're realizing that one of your fragmented visions is kind of overlaying what you normally see. And in it, you see your companions, but you all look different. You're different bodies, different people, and you're dressed as if you were there for a party. In the distance, you see the woman, Susan, that you saw earlier, talking to the man, Zach, and they're actually laughing, having like, and it seems utterly innocent and charming. And Zach looks to you and smiles and begins approaching, and it's almost as if you know him. And that's when the vision fades. And it fades because one of your crows starts hacking. Not like a computer, but like they're about to like cough something up. And when they do, next to your foot, there's a slimy flash drive. What do you do? Sorry, my dog started barking, everyone. So your crow throws up this flash drive. What do you do?
um I I guess I can see if um um uh sorry, I'm blanking on our hacker's name. Like
Or me or Ripple.
or yeah, thank you. Sorry. Um if if they w- uh, if they can do something possibly with the flash drive, if they
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, now it is slimy when when Marcel hands it to you, Ripple. But in your hand is a small black flash drive that one of the ones that like flips around so when it's sealed it's kind of somewhat watertight. Um, but you wipe it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a napkin from Scooter's restaurant and wipe that off, and drill try to put it into the the port of the laptop and start bringing up the files or access the memory of it.
Okay, I think this one which move do I want to do? Because it's not investigate. Da, 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 da.
Now
I think it's gonna be go toe to toe because you're putting a foreign flash drive into your laptop, and I think you're gonna be combating this a little bit. So
Mm.
now I'm doing a little bit of hand holding for this because we're kind of like learning all these moves. This is every listeners out there. Normally, once they describe an action, then I would tell them which move I think they're doing. But let's go to this toe to toe. So which power tags, Ripple, do you think apply to this?
So we can actually probably do the computer science part at this point because I'm sure this
Ab-
is more
Absolutely.
programming. Um, Now when it comes to the more like, I guess she doesn't really have the visor on at this point. Um, all right. I mean, that's really the only because she's not really hacking the flash drive. She's just trying to open the files.
Yep. I
Um,
mean, it is encrypted, so your hacking could apply. So that's two right there.
okay, that's two. Um, so I mean, I think those are the only two she really has at this point. I mean, I guess knowing how to work around a computer could help as well. But I don't know if you really want to, if we're still trying to
Mm,
break those two up and just like put them in their own categories.
yeah,
Um,
let's break those two up. Let's go with the +2 for now.
okay, so let's see if we can. I said the only other one I can think is if, but she doesn't have the visor on, so it's the relic is not really a factor at this point. Let me. Where's my dice roller? All right, so I got an 8, so +2 is 10.
Okay, so you get to choose two of these. You manage to achieve your goal, e.g., take something they hold, so get the files open.
Mhm.
You can get them good, giving your opponent a status with tier equal to power. That doesn't really apply to this one. You block, dodge, or counter their best attempts. If you don't choose this, they can impose a status on you. That's probably the one you want to do. It probably keeps your laptop from
Yeah.
frying.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, you get these files, and it's a lot of scientific documents along with strange photos indicating that the Black Moon Collective, and we're not going to, because of our lines of veils, we're not going into said photos, but indicating that the Black Moon Collective has already started human trials. And we're going to fade that scene to black. We're not quite done yet, though.
Mm.
We're going to flash forward a month in time, and basically, this is our prelude episode. And all of y'all are sitting in the private lounge of the Aphrodite, and there is a young woman there with dirty blonde hair and a pink streak, holding the business card to the Aphrodite lounge. You recognize her from the photos earlier as being the best friend and partner, not like partner in terms of their foundation, to Susan Smythe. I thank you all for meeting me. I found this among her effects when after the body was released. I think maybe you could help me figure out what happened. She was my best friend. Can I get some help?
Of course you can. What happened to her?
Well, I guess about 2 weeks ago, she went missing. And well, and then she breaks down and starts crying. And when she finally composes herself, the body was almost unrecognizable. Please, do you know what's going on? She was my best friend. And I think that's where we're going to call it for the night. We'll pick up next month with actually beginning the case. I just really wanted to it's the kind of preview prelude kind of underway. Listeners, thank you so much. This will be on YouTube. I'll export it tonight. Our next game will be at the end of April, so that'll be the last Sunday. So it'll be April 30th, barring any complications. Should that change, we will communicate that to you via social media. Thank you for tuning in to the first session of the Serenity Files. I know we had some tech issues right there at the beginning. My connection here at home. Steven is my roommate, and the connection back in his bedroom caused stuff to crash, so that's why we had some weirdness going on with our tech. So I appreciate your patience and your presence. This is going to be a really fun
Thank
endeavor,
you.
I
That
think.
was really fun.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
Steven.
And
I
if
think
you
this.
the story told and you enjoy these, you should buy a subscription on Twitch. Huzzah!
Yes, please like and subscribe and come join us on our Discord. This is going to be a really weird interpretation of Sailor Moon, I think. I think we kind of, at least I know what elements I'm pulling in from the manga and the show. We'll see if you can pick up on those Easter eggs, and if you can, come and talk to us about the Discord. At any rate, thank you so, so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And at this point, I'll let all my players say goodbye as they wish, and we will bid you all adieu for the evening.
Good noggin.
Bye.
Sailor Moon says.
Goodbye. Goodbye.